The night everything changed. They say when a relationship ends, it rarely shatters all at once. It unravels slowly, thread by thread, moment by moment, until one day you're staring at something you no longer recognize. That night, I understood that more clearly than I ever wanted to. My name is Ryan. I'm 36, and I was married to a woman named Elena for almost 7 years. It was a Thursday, not that the day matters now. But I remember it because it was the night Elena said she needed space. Just a girls' night out. Some harmless drinks with coworkers. No big deal. She kissed me goodbye, half distracted, perfume lingering in the air. I didn't question it. Why would I? Midnight passed. Then 1. Then 2. I sat on the couch, lights dimmed, phone untouched. Something in my chest started to twist. Not panic, not anger. Just a heaviness I couldn't name yet. The door finally clicked open around 2:43 a.m. She stumbled in, not falling down drunk, but clearly disoriented. Her makeup was smeared, her clothes wrinkled, clinging awkwardly to her frame. Hair tousled like she'd run through a storm. But it wasn't the appearance alone that told the story. It was the faint dampness on her inner thighs. Then came the scent. Cologne, not hers. Not mine. A brand I'd never smelled in our house before. She didn't say a word. Neither did I. I walked her to the bedroom, helped her into bed like she was made of glass. My silence was a dam, holding back a flood. She slurred something under her breath, her voice barely a whisper. It didn't mean anything, just once. I'm sorry. It felt like the air had been knocked from my lungs. Sorry for what? I wanted to scream, shake her awake, demand answers. But I didn't. Not then. Not like that. Instead I buried it. Buried the pain, the questions, the rage. I tucked her in and left the room, standing in the hallway like a ghost in my own home. I didn't sleep. Couldn't. By morning, Elena was sitting at the table, wearing the same clothes, her face pale, lips pressed into a trembling line. I had spent the entire night trying to make sense of what I'd seen, what I knew but didn't want to accept. Laid out in front of me were the photos I'd taken the night before. Not to accuse her. Not yet. I needed them for myself. Proof that I wasn't losing my mind. Close-up of the stain. A partial handprint on her hip. Pieces of a truth I couldn't ignore. When she saw them, her breath caught in her throat. Do you even remember what happened last night? I asked, my voice calm but hollow. She broke. Collapsed right there on the kitchen floor, crying like a child. It was a mistake, she kept saying. I didn't mean to. I never meant for it to happen. A mistake. You didn't slip and fall into this, I said. You chose to go out. You chose to drink. You chose to be with someone else. She tried to blame the alcohol, claimed she wasn't thinking clearly. But even in her apology, I could feel the deflection, the way she clung to her guilt like a shield, as if saying sorry would undo what she'd done. I walked out, told her I needed air. But what I really needed was clarity. Her betrayal wasn't just a spur-of-the-moment lapse. Had a name. She let it slip. Adam. Curiosity or maybe obsession took over. I looked him up. Found his profile within minutes. Adam Reynolds. Polished. Confident. Married. 2 kids. Pictures of Disneyland trips, Sunday brunches, anniversary getaways. He had the kind of life I thought I had. I wasn't prepared for how badly it would hurt, seeing the reality of it. This wasn't just infidelity. It was premeditated. He wasn't a stranger at a bar. He came because she was there. They planned it. That night, after Elena finally passed out, I opened her phone. Told myself I needed closure. But really I needed confirmation. The texts weren't explicit. But they didn't need to be. The tone, the timing, everything made it clear. He knew she'd be drinking. Knew she'd be vulnerable. And she let him. That's when I made a decision. Adam's wife deserved the truth, just like I had gotten mine. Raw and unfiltered. Her name was Charlotte. I messaged her. Polite, respectful. Asked if we could meet. I didn't want to drop a bomb through a screen. Some things deserved to be said in person. We met at a small cafe in town. She was already seated when I arrived, cheerful and unsuspecting. The moment I said Adam's name, I saw her light dim. When I told her the truth, that her husband had an affair with my wife, she didn't scream. She didn't cry. She just sat there stunned. Then I handed her the evidence. She went pale, reviewing every word, every image. When she finally looked up, her voice was quiet but unwavering. "Thank you for telling me." I left her there, not out of cruelty, but because there was nothing left to say. Back home, Elena was trying to rewind time, cooking my favorite meals, leaving notes in my pockets. "I love you. I'll never hurt you again." Offering therapy, begging, pleading. But no matter how much she tried, I couldn't bring myself to pretend. Each meal tasted hollow. Each touch felt foreign. Each tear, a reminder of the night she tore everything apart. One evening, she sat beside me on the couch, her face raw from crying. "Please, Ryan. Love you. I'll do anything." I looked at her. Not the woman I married, but the woman who destroyed that life. "I don't think so," I said. My voice calm, final. She crumbled. And for days after, silence filled the space where love used to live. No more pleading. Just quiet. Heavy and absolute. Eventually, I started sorting through the remnants of our life. Papers, bank accounts, old photos. I relived our laughter, our fights, the beautiful moments that had led us here. But none of it was enough. One morning, I walked into the living room with the divorce papers in hand. She looked up at me, eyes hollow. "You made your choice that night," I said gently. "This is mine." Her hands trembled as she reached for the pages. "No, Ryan, please. We can fix this." She dropped to her knees, clutching my hand like it was a lifeline. But I had already let go. "I can't," I told her. "I've tried. But I can't look at you the same way. I can't look at us the same way." Then I turned and walked away. There was grief, of course, but there was also freedom. At first, I couldn't sleep in our bed. Her scent haunted everything. I spent weeks on the couch. But slowly, I began reclaiming the space. New furniture, fresh paint, rearranged rooms. Not just redecorating, rebuilding. Hurt. God, it hurt. But the pain dulled over time. The scars didn't vanish. They never do. But in their place, something else bloomed, peace. I never heard from Charlotte again. I imagine her life changed just as much as mine. As for Elena, I don't know what became of her. I hear bits and pieces. Life's been rough. Maybe it should be. People say time heals all wounds. Disagree. Time doesn't heal. Teaches. Teaches you to breathe through the ache. Keep walking. To rebuild. To reclaim yourself. She lost the life we shared. I lost the illusion of the woman I loved. But in the wreckage I found someone else. Someone worth fighting for. Myself.